My dear all students, my name is Afnan Siddiqui, and today I am going to discuss about the topic which is from your first year book, which is projectile motion. Before starting the projectile motion, I will just want to discuss something previous which have been studied by you in your previous classes. The topic is projectile motion. In previous classes, we have discussed three types of motion. Number one, which is translatory motion. Number two, which is your vibratory or oscillatory. And the third one is your rotatory motion. But remember, if I am going to discuss about the translatory motion is the motion in one dimension. For example, in free fall motion, if an object falls from a certain height, that it travels downwards, but still it is in one dimension. Now what happens? In just like case of projectile motion, if motion which is in two dimensions, if I am going to describe my motion which is regarding two dimension, then this form of motion should be known as projectile motion. Now, what is projectile motion? I will describe here again that motion in two dimension which is vertically as well as horizontally. A clear example, if I am going to describe about the example, let's suppose if I have an arrow and bow, or if an object falls from a certain height, I will use, if I have a bow and an arrow, what will happen? It will travel just like this. Now, as you can see, that the arrow, when it starts its motion from a bow, it travels in two dimensions. Here I am discussing about the two dimensions. The number one, which is vertically upward, arrow is moving upward as well as it is covering some distance. So it is gaining height as well as attaining or covering some type of some distance. This is your vertical component. This is your vertical, and that should be your horizontal. Now, there are several things that we will discuss here again. Number one, in projectile motion, our horizontal component, the horizontal component will remain same, in which certain areas it will remain same, we will discuss it later, but your vertical component will change. Vertical component will change. Now, why vertical component will change? Because it is traveling against the gravity as well as under the action of gravity, and due to the change in direction, your vertical component will change along its total time or total height or total range or total distance. Your vertical component will change, but the horizontal component of the projectile motion will be remain same. Now, number one thing that should be clear and that should be, you should know about that projectile motion forms this type of motion, and in mathematics or in physics we say this type of motion, this curve, this half circle, that is known as a parabola motion. This is a parabola, and the path which is followed by the projectile motion, I will write here above that path followed by projectile is called its trajectory. That should be the trajectory, and the motion shown by the projectile, that is parabola, and the path which projectile followed, this is known as its trajectory. Now I am going to discuss its mathematical form, and I will like to inform and I will discuss it in more. I will explain it in more detail here. Okay, I will draw here. Now the things or the terminologies which we will discuss here, number one is velocity, number two is acceleration. That what will be the acceleration and velocity of a projectile motion, of a projectile. Now this is velocity, this is your x-axis, and this is your y-axis, and the projectile motion is just like this.